Welcome to Career Makers Education online tutorial. My name is Bijal Shah, and today we are going to start the session based on letter writing. As you all know that in general training test, writing task 1 is letter writing. Last time we discussed a basic of writing task 1 for both academic and general training students. So just let's recap it a bit so that it would be easy for you to continue with writing task 1. Well, how many of you, let me know that how many of you remember that total time for the writing task 1, that what we should spend. Please write in chat box that how much time we should spend for writing task 1. If at all anyone is knowing. Yes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 40 minutes. Well, yes, someone wrote that timing is 40 minutes. Basically, we are discussing about writing task 1. So over here, the total time duration for writing module is 60 minutes. And they don't allocate the specific timing for writing task 1 and 2, but based on the weightage of both writing tasks. Just hold on for a moment, students. I think the video is paused. Yeah. Is the screen visible now? Okay, I'm just resharing it again. So give me some time. Okay, I think now screen is visible, right? Screen, I think his screen is visible now. Okay, okay, I'm just resharing the screen again. All right, there you go. All right, now we can continue with the writing task 1. We were discussing about a total time duration. So in total writing task, they will give you 60 minutes. And after that, out of that 60 minutes, we need to allocate 40 minutes for writing task 2. And so 20 minutes will available for writing task 1. Now, why it is 20 minutes and 40 minutes? Because the weightage for essay writing is weightage for essay writing is 6 bands, whereas in letter writing, the weightage is 3.0 bands. So definitely the essay is having more weightage. So we are spending much more time for essay writing. And for letter, we should spend no more than 20 minutes. In that case, it is advisable to attend writing task 2 first and then attend writing task 1. As you all know, I think there is word count as well. The minimum word count for letter writing is 150 words. Of course, overwritten or underwritten as letters will be considered as a low band scores. So make sure that our letter must be having properly word counts. So average can be 170 words. So I think average we should write our letter in 170 words to have a proper word count. All right, now let's have a look on few tips for completing this task. First of all, we need to identify the type of letter. Okay, can you tell me, anyone can tell me or just write in a chat box that which type of letters are there? I mean, what kind of situations they usually provide? I just want, yes, formal, informal and semi-formal are the languages. I'm asking about which kind of situation usually they ask. Okay, yes, one is complaint form, true. Advice, correct. Request form, yes. Yes. So basically there are a letter of complaint, sometimes in a request form, sometimes they're making a formal arrangements, and then that's what you are just asking for a proper arrangement. Sometimes they are explaining something to a friend or a colleague about the situation, about the current market and current news. So that's what something kind of discussion of letter. Then sometimes they add making an apology as well. But most common types are request and a complaint. So accordingly, we need to write that what kind of letter, what type of letter it is. And then the next step is we need to identify the language. As you all wrote that there are mainly 3 languages. The first is formal language, informal and semi-formal. So accordingly, we need to add opening and closings for our letter writing. You can see over here that if we are writing a formal letter, now how to identify that what type of letter we need to write. If we know that person to whom we are writing a letter, it will be totally formal letter that you haven't met anytime. You don't know that person by name. In that case, you are going to use formal language. And in that case, opening will be dear sir or madam. And ending will be yours faithfully and your complete name with the surname. Then semi-formal, when you know that person, but the relations are not that friendly. In that case, you are going to use semi-formal language. And opening and endings you can see over here. And in informal language, when you are writing a letter to a friend or a relative or a colleague, in that case, you are going to use informal style. And in that case, you are directly writing a name of that person in the opening any ending, you just need to add your only name. You are not supposed to write surname in informal language while you are writing an ending part. That, for example, best wishes or a warm wishes, and then you can just write Bijal. All right. Next one is open a formal and semi-formal letter with a formal sentence. Of course, when we are writing a formal letter, then we just need to, we cannot just simply write that hope everyone is doing good and your health is perfectly okay and fine, because we are not writing to a person to whom you know. In that case, we are using a formal language that for example, I am writing this letter in regards to, and you can explain the situation. Whereas in informal letter, you can write a general friendly paragraph, as if hope everyone is doing well from your side, hope your parent, give my best regards to your parents, and something like that you can add as a friendly paragraph in the opening informal letter. And yes, then you need to identify the main purpose of the letter, that why you are writing this letter. That I mean, that's what we have already discussed about, that you need to mention the type of letter, that it is a complaint or a request or a suggestion or arrangement, something, why you are writing that letter to that person. That's what you need to add in second line. After that, you do not need to write your own address, signature, or a date. Yes, this is most important thing to remember, because in schools and college, we have learned that way, that we write an address and the date at the beginning, and then we write our a whole letter, and then at the end, we add our signature as well. Over here, remember that not to add such things. Just after that, because we are having lack of time, 20 minutes only, we need to write a whole complete letter. So it is good idea if you remember and learn the standard written phrases, like I am writing this letter in regards to, then I would be grateful if you would do XYZ things. Or else you can say that I would like to suggest that. So these are some phrases, that's what you can use in your letters. So you need to learn these phrases. We'll take these phrases as well gradually in sessions. But you just need to learn this kind of phrases according to the situation. So few, તમે બહુ થોડાક 2 to 3 phrases according to the situation તમે એક યાદ રાખેલા હશે. So it would be great for you to draft your letter very clearly within 20 minutes. Then yes, of course, this is called basically task achievement, that we need to include all 3 bulleted points. Now, what are these bulleted points? They give you the situation first, and then on that situation, they give you 3 bulleted points that what you need to add in your letter. So of course, we need to answer these all 3 bulleted points. We'll take example letter. So of course, you will come to know gradually in today's session only. So, and yes, this is most important thing, that main 4 marking criteria. On this basis, your letter is assessed. So what are these marking criteria? Now, task achievement, we all know, we just discussed that we need to complete the task by adding all 3 bulleted points, opening and ending. And so everything should be there in your letter. And so only the task is achieved. Okay, in last session as well, we have taken coherence. Now, students, let me know that how many of you remember that what is coherence? Please write in the chat box, please. What is coherence? What is cohesion? What you can give some examples as well of that cohesive devices. What kind of cohesive devices we can use? Any idea? Yes. However, true. What is coherence, by the way? Yes, flow of writing, true. Yes, well, coherence is something that you are linking your ideas logically. Ultimately, it should go smooth, like water stream, like a good movie. That's what we watch usually. ઘણી બધી ફિલ્મ્સ આપણે જોતા હોઈએ છે અને એ ફિલ્મ્સમાં આપણને ક્યારેક લાગે કે ક્યાંથી ક્યાં સીન્સ જઈ રહ્યા છે, we are not able to understand. And some films are like easy go, એટલો બધો perfect એનો flow હોય છે કે we can easily make out the connection between the scenes. So that is called basically coherence, which is much needed in this writing task. Then lexical resources, of course, a vocabulary based on a particular topic, that is called lexical resources. And grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical accuracy, we all know that our whole writing should be grammatically accurate. But what is range? Range is what? How good and how unique we are able to write. Maybe, for example, how good we are able to paraphrase the sentence, how good we are able to connect with complex sentences, using of compound sentences, a variety of tenses. So this is called basically grammatical range. So that is also important part in writing criteria. So, okay, that's it. These were the assessment criteria. Students, remember these 4 things very clearly, કારણ કે તમારું જે assessment થાય છે એ આ 4 ના માર્કિંગ ઉપર જ થાય છે. વેઇટેજ એનું 25%, 4 વસ્તુનું વેઇટેજ તમારું 25% છે. સો મેક શ્યોર કે તમે આમાંથી 4 માંથી એક પણ વસ્તુને તમે easy go લઈ ના શકો. So you should have a perfect task achievement, then of course coherence, then remember lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy is also needed. All right, so all clear with the marking criteria, and these were the basic tips for letter writing. Now let's have a look that now you have 20 minutes, right? And in 20 minutes, you need to complete this task. So what we need to learn to have this letter completely perfect within 20 minutes and having 6+ bands. So in that case, we need to have learn a proper structure of letter writing, which is most important thing. See, તમારી પાસે structure ready હોય, તમારી પાસે basic એના જે standard phrases ready હોય, તમારી પાસે bulleted points માં તમને કઈ 3 વસ્તુ તમારે add કરવાની છે એ પણ તમને લોકોએ mention કરેલું છે. So technically speaking, બહુ જ વધારે પડતું મગજ વાપરવાની બી જરૂર નથી આમાં, right? So make sure. Now let's learn with some basically the structure of this letter writing. The first, it will be the opening. As I said, you are not supposed to add address in the beginning. So just according to your letter and the type of language, that formal, semi-formal or informal, you will write the opening. Then it will be the paragraph 1 where you are going to explain why you are writing the letter. In this case, તમારે ખાલી એટલું જ મેન્શન કરવાનું છે કે તમે આ લેટર કેમ લખી રહ્યા છો. Just write your reason. Yes, તમારો જ્યારે informal letter છે, when you are writing in informal letters, in that case 1 or 2 sentences you can write as a friendly paragraph. So it will be in this first paragraph only, and then simultaneously in this paragraph only you are going to explain that why you are writing this letter to that person. And as I told, there will be 3 bulleted points. So each bulleted points you need to write in a separate paragraphs, and then it will be a closing statement. For example, I look forward to hearing from you, or sometimes you can just add that in formal language you can write that please give my regards to your parents, looking for the response from your response. So that's what something you can add as a closing remark, and it will be the ending, yours sincerely, kindly regards, and you just need to add your name. So remember this structure, students. Make sure the opening paragraph 1 you need to explain, paragraph 2 bulleted point 1, paragraph 3 bulleted point 2, paragraph 4 bulleted point 3, then closing statement and ending. આ વસ્તુને એકદમ જ પ્રોપર રીતે યાદ રાખી લેજો કે આ જ સ્ટ્રક્ચર આપણે કન્ટિન્યુઅસલી ફોલો કરવાની છે, રાધર ઇટ ઇઝ ઇનફોર્મલ, ફોર્મલ ઓર સેમી ફોર્મલ લેંગ્વેજ. All right, clear? So we have learned about the structure and the basic tips and marking criteria. Is everything clear? If yes, then we'll move ahead for the sample letter. All right. Okay. Now we'll move ahead on the sample letter. Perfect. I'm unmuting one person. So, yes. You can read this letter for me. All right. Rajashri, will you please read this letter for me?
You recently stayed in a hotel in a large city. The weather was very unusual for the time of the year, and heating and cooling system in the hotel was quite inadequate. Write a letter to the manager of the hotel. In your letter, give details of what went wrong. Explain what you had to do overcome the problem at the time. Say what action you would like to manager to take.
Perfect. So you can see in this that we have yes, you can see in this letter that there is a situation. It is something complaining that you recently stayed in a hotel and your experience in that hotel was not that good. And so you want to complain that what worst thing you experience in that hotel, and that's what you need to add in your letter writing to the manager. So tell me what kind of letter it is. I mean, what type of language we should use? Informal, semi-formal or formal? Yes. All right. Yes, of course. So now, yes, most of students are correct. This is a formal letter because the first thing, we do not know the person by the name that to whom we are going to write our letter. And so it will be a formal letter. Now, remember the structure of the letter, that opening, then opening sentence, that is paragraph 1, then bulleted point 1, then bulleted point 2, then bulleted point 3. So over here, they have 3 bulleted points that give details of what went wrong. So in first paragraph, we need to write that thing. Then bulleted point 2, that explain what you had to do to overcome the problem at the time. And bulleted point 3 is say what action you would like the manager to take. So these 3 things you need to add in your letter to have a complete task achievement. That is first marking assessment. So remember students, every time કે તમે જે પણ તમને લેટર મેન્શન કરેલો છે એ લેટરમાંથી તમારે કઈ વસ્તુ ક્લિયરલી મેન્શન કરવાની છે એ ક્લિયરલી તમારા પેરેગ્રાફમાં જસ્ટિફાઈ થવું જોઈએ, and that will be your task achievement. All right, so this is your formal letter. In formal letter, we should use the official business type language. And so the tone will be official and serious one. We should start with the dear sir / madam, because we do not know the name of that person. Then of course, in formal language, we are not supposed to use contracted words at all. Now, contracted words are such words which are combined all together with the inverted commas. For example, rather than cannot, sometimes we say can't. Rather than do not, sometimes we write don't. So, as you connected words use karo cho, those words are called contracted words. So, in formal letter, make sure you are not supposed to add contracted words at all. And then we should use formal expressions that we will learn gradually. આજના તમે sample model answer આપણે જોઈશું, એમાં બી you will come to know that what kind of formal expressions and phrases we can use. All right, now let's have a look of our sample letter. The opening will be dear sir and madam. Because we do not know the name of that person, we are not able to write the name of that person. And then this will be your first paragraph, that why you are writing this letter. That I am writing in connection with my recent stay at the Four Seasons in London, England. Unfortunately, due to a malfunctioning heater in my room, I spent 3 miserable nights at your hotel from April 26th to 29th, 2010. So you can see students that in this paragraph, there is only 2 sentences. And in this sentence, I had clearly mentioned that what was the problem. Why I am writing this letter to that person. That I spent 3 nights in that hotel and it was not functioning proper, right? So that's what I have mentioned over here. Then next paragraph, you need to add your bulleted point 1. That give details of your bulleted point 1 is this is your bulleted point 1, that give details of what went wrong. So that's what over here we have mentioned in this second paragraph. That when I arrived in a hotel, there was an unexpected snowstorm. I understand it doesn't usually snow in April. However, when I got to my room, there was no heat. After complaining, a technician was sent up who informed me they had to install a new heating unit. When I asked to be moved to another room, I was told the hotel was completely booked. Unfortunately, each night after work, I returned to discover the problem had not been rectified. Eventually, I spent 3 horribly uncomfortable nights wearing my coat to bed, wearing socks around the room, and ending up with a bad cold from the unheated room. I had no time to complain as I had to catch a flight home right after my conference. All right, in this paragraph, bulleted point 1 paragraph, I want you to write that what type of coherence I have used. Please write in a chat box that which coherence I have used. Just hold on. Just hold on for a moment, students. I'm having some problem. Yeah. All right. There you go. I got the answers. However, unfortunately, yes. Then eventually, good. So when I arrived, the first thing then there was an unexpected snowstorm. So there is some connection over here. You can see that it is linked that when I arrived, there was an unexpected snowstorm. It is not clear just simply that there was a snowstorm. They have mentioned when I arrived, there was a snowstorm. And then you can add, yes, suddenly, true. So I understand it doesn't usually snow in April. So however is your coherence? Then again, there is a connection that after a technician was sent up who informed me they had to install a new heating unit. Then unfortunately, then you can say eventually. So these are your cohesive devices. See, in paragraph, it is not that we have used lot many cohesive devices. Just properly used, correctly use cohesive devices. It's a perfect idea. Overuse of cohesive linking words is also not a good thing. So remember that thing, that correct use of cohesive devices, or else you can just say linking devices as well. And one more thing I would like to highlight is I have used passive voice language. See over here. I was told the hotel was completely booked. That was a passive voice. Because initially it is used that I arrived, that I understand, that when I got. So, I mean, these are the things that you can see. I arrived, then I understand, then I got. So these are basically active voice we have used. So in between, I changed it to passive voice. So there is a variety of the sentence formation is used. So it is not looking like કે ભી આખું તમારો જે લેટર તમે લખી રહ્યા છો એ લેટર તમારો કમ્પ્લીટલી એક જ ટાઈપની લેંગ્વેજમાં એક જ ટાઈપના સેન્ટેન્સ ફોર્મેશનમાં થઈ રહ્યો છે. Simultaneously, ultimately, we end up with I had no time to complain. તમે લેટર કેમ લખવો પડ્યો છે? That's what you are adding. That I had to run back to the home, and so I could not come to the desk to complain. Though I tried, I could not get the facility. So this was your bulleted point. Then switch to the next bulleted point. I'm shocked by this terrible service. This is not what anyone expect for $400 a night. To compensate me for this tremendous inconvenience, I asked that you refund my money right away, and after me, a free, more comfortable stay in one of your finer suites in the future. If not, I am prepared to take my complaint to a higher authority. See, you can see in this, there is no such kind of request form. It is literally mentioned that way, that I am going to take this action because you are having a complaint with such a person where you stayed for 3 days and still the problem was not solved. And so you are, of course, very much frustrated and you want this thing to happen. कि भी मने पैसा पाछा आपो का तो मने free stay तमे करी आपो. So that's what you are adding. What action you would like the manager to take. Clear, students? So when you are complaining, you are expecting some action from that person, then you are straightforward telling what they need to do, rather than just I request you, please do this for me. So we are not supposed to use such words. Clear? All right. Yes. See, this is your bulleted point. Bulleted point 1 and bulleted point 2 are combined in this paragraph, first paragraph. And this is your third bulleted point, that say what action you would like the manager to take. All right, clear? All right. And ultimately, we end up with the ending that I look forward to hearing from you at the earliest. And your ending, that yours faithfully, and you just need to write your name. All right. This was your sample letter. So any doubts in this? Any doubts, students? This was all a sample for the formal letter. Next time we'll take informal letter as well, so that you can be clear about what are the basic difference between these two type of letters. See, over here, I have made these two bulleted points combined in this bigger paragraph, because in this, basically bulleted points તમે 1 અને 2 તમે જોશો તો you will come to know કે બંનેમાં ultimately connection છે. કે first માં you have a problem that what went wrong, and second માં તમારે એ જ વસ્તુને ડિટેલમાં explain કરવાની છે. So these are the thing I have taken these two bulleted points in one paragraph, because in first what went wrong, that's what I have added, and then ultimately I need to explain the same thing in detail. And so I took these bulleted points as a one bigger paragraph, and then I have separated that third paragraph in a next paragraph. So make sure to write this way accordingly. that when you write your when you write your formal letter, then make sure that you are supposed to focus on the opening part, and then your opening statement, then bulleted point 1, 2, and 3, and at the end closing statement and the ending. Remember this structure. In this whole structure, you can see that I have used a common phrases as well that you can use in any kind of letter. What are they? Any idea? So this is your first, that I am writing in connection with my, this is your common phrase, that what you can write in any kind of letter, right? Then in ending, bulleted points, usually there won't be any kind of common phrases. But yes, and then this will be your, again, a common phrase. Depending upon type of letter, you can use this sentence that I am shocked by this terrible service. After that, this is your common ending. Make sure, students, you can remember this common phrase for any kind of formal letter. કોઈ પણ તમે ફોર્મલ લેટર લખી રહ્યા છો, એ ફોર્મલ લેટરનું તમારું એન્ડિંગ ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટેટમેન્ટ, યુ કેન રાઇટ ધીસ ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટેટમેન્ટ અને ગોખી મારવાનું આ જ ક્લોઝિંગ સ્ટેટમેન્ટને. And make sure that every time you can write this closing statement when there is a formal letter. So these are the common phrases that what you can use in your letter, especially today as we have taken formal letter. Remember these phrases to use in a formal language. All right, clear? Okay, let me know if you're having any doubts. I'm just unmuting everyone so that we can just have a discussion if anyone is having any kind of queries. Yes. Anyone, any doubts? ચલો મને ફોર્મલ લેટરનું મને ફોર્મલ લેટરનું સ્ટ્રક્ચર કોણ કહેશે? Just speak out formal letter no structure. Just let me know for structure for the formal letters. Nelson, can you please just please say that structure of the formal letter?
Yes, actually I cannot tell exactly how it should be, but I can just give the brief what it should be. So.
Yes, you can definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, generally in the formal letter, we should have the tone, just like the business one or this kind of serious tone. It should not include the quoted sentences or the can't or want or I'm not kind of thing. It should be like the I'm not or I cannot do something. We also need to use the dear sir or ma'am.
Yes, correct. That will be your opening. Correct. Then after what we need to add?
We can use some formal expressions that some of the formal expressions like I'm writing this letter for taking your taking your attention to for this issue or something.
Yes, correct. So that will be your paragraph that why you are writing this letter to that person, right?
Correct. And
so
we can also
first,
use
first will be opening, and then we just need to add that why we are going to write this letter. Remember this structure very clearly. કે આપણે એમાંથી કોઈ જ આમથી આમ કરવું જ નથી changes એના, કારણ કે we have 20 minutes only. 20 minutes we need to complete this task. So we should have minimum time in thinking, right?
Yes.
So remember these structures very clearly. Yes, then?
I remember you say the abstract and absence of contractions or something.
Yes,
so,
yes.
That is something.
In formal letter, we are not supposed to use contracted words.
Yeah, so I mean, this is one, and we also don't need to write some friendly sentence. It should be proper formal because we don't know the person. So
Correct.
let's say,
So in formal letter, we need to start with the formal sentences that I am writing in regards to XYZ thing, and you can just mention your situation. And when there is an informal language, then you can just write that hope everyone is doing well from your side, that your family members, maybe your parents, somewhat you can add, because you are writing to the person to whom you know in informal language. And then you just need to write your 3 bulleted points in separated paragraphs.
yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. And then at the end, we need to add,
I look forward to hearing from you.
yes, closing statement. Yes, I look forward to hearing from you, and the ending part. All right. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am,
Thank
just
you.
one
Yes,
doubt.
yes, Nelson.
Is it advisable to use, I mean, combine the 2 bullet points that we had done right now? So is it
See, I mean, over here, the ideas were somewhat similar. So I combined this way. See if you can able to if you can able to combine the similar ideas, then you can just have a bigger paragraph. Otherwise, you can just write in 3 separate paragraphs as well.
okay? And every paragraph should be starting with some kind of the cohesive statements, right? Like
Yes, it is advisable that the cohesion or linking devices should be there at the beginning of the paragraph. Correct.
okay, yeah.
All right. So I think everyone is clear with the formal letter now. We'll end with today's session. All right, students. We are just ending with the today's sessions. Thank you so much for attending and have a nice day.